There's a good one of me and my late dog Patty. Even though that's just a redrawn version of her. Dun dun dun. Yep. Yeah, from real life to animation to hand-drawn cartoon. And hand-drawn capabilities growing better over time. In real life, I also created a number of websites, starting with my Poke site. I had taken 2 HTML classes, so I know the raw data on Notepad, as well as Netscape Composer HTML processor. After creating Sonichu, I featured him on the Poke site, and later decided to make the Sonichu site as a spin-off from the Poke site. Then eventually Sonichu and Rosechu great fan base grew and grew, and with the true good fans came the jealous, dark trolls, internet bullies. I was hacked a number of times before, and unfortunately the Sonichu site was temporarily down, but as soon as I got some more money, I opened up a new account with different web hosting sites, but that later got hacked. With new email addresses I kept secret from most anyone, the family was informed. I don't know how, but the trolls managed to get into those things in the past somehow. But currently it is the original and official Sonichu and Rosechu site, also known as the Wikipedia. Story-wise, I described my ancient prophecy that I would take pen in hand, create an electric hedgehog, then take the Sonichu medallion from my neck, right here, to enclose the darkest evil that would come out from there. This will be the transformation from me to Christian Sonichu. Dun 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 dun. Pen in hand. Dun, dun, dun. Real life, I have crafted the original Sonichu medallion from Crayola model magic, clay, acrylic paints, key rings, super glue, and a necklace. And it does not grant me any powers in real life, but it does in the comics. Like I am able to access the attacks of some of my electric hedgehogs I've created. I can perform any single attack at will. And mainly, Sailor Moon style, I transform into Christian Sonichu. Dun 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 dun. Soldier of love and honesty. In this form, I can execute my own personal selection of attacks as a normal electric-type hedgehog Pokemon with keen eye ability, including Mach Punch, Thunderbolt, and Hyper Beam. As well as in both human and Sonichu form, I am the only being who can execute the special attack that inflicts bad luck and extreme misfortune with some damage to the foe. Used to be called Curse-Ye Hameha, now it's called Shin-Ye Hameha! Christian Sonichu. That is me. And again, this art is to be the cover of book number 10 from my Australian Gal Pound fan, whose nickname was Panda Halo. She is dead now, and I miss her. She was a great friend. Anyway, fantastic rendition. She was my partner at the time until her death. And now the gaming proposition. Let me preface the subject with a spot of history between me and Nintendo. Da-da-da. I had a dream. Around June 1997, I had a dream of Sonic the Hedgehog on the original Game Boy. I had written a letter to Nintendo of America suggesting to work with Sega on a Game Boy Sonic title. Basically, they said I had rocks in my head. Yet now look, in 2001, Sonic Advance on Game Boy Advance. I pretty much foretold that outcome. Dun dun. And this would be the article from the Crossing Quarterly. In volume 179, May 2004 of Nintendo Power, I have been a long-time subscriber. The November before, I have videotaped a voiceover documentary of my Sonichu, a Quickville, and Animal Crossing on Nintendo GameCube. I got full credit for that documentary, which is known in the lower box right there. Special thanks to Christian from Virginia for his Sonichu documentary. Dun, 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 dun. Zoom in on the article. Soon after I was featured in Piedmont Community College's newsletter, The Forum, for being featured in Nintendo Power for my Sonichu and Quickfill. Meet Sonichu, student featured in Nintendo Power magazine. Also, I had later submitted a letter with high regards to a DS game Sprung in reference to momentary progress at that time. That later appeared in this issue with the screenshot. Christian Z from Virginia via the internet. Now we can talk about a bit more about my current ideas for Sonichu start in the video game world. Should we get 10 feet off the ground on the whole thing, you may use this cover for the following MP Nintendo Power issue that would follow. Dun 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 for Sonichu's Adventure on Nintendo GameCube or Nintendo Wii, maybe. My game title ideas before or during the drawing of the number 0 book and afterwards, I came up with a few start type ideas for video games around Sonichu and Rosechu. Firstly, Sonichu's Adventure on Nintendo GameCube, a Christian Chandler production. First, as featured on the first 8 previously uploaded comic that game, subject to upgrade for Wii and maybe go multi-console, never on Xbox. Hets on the Hetspots. Miyamoto-san, had a copy of my introductory ideas. Turns out that I was talking to an imposter at that time when I updated this. Anyway, then to follow, Game Boy Advance versus Sonichu's Adventure, and only on GBA, Pokemon Lightning version. And then much later, Christian Weston Chandler's Adult Chronicles would definitely go multi-console, never on Hetspots. This one would basically be me going through my ordeals with Sonichu, Rosechu, and the rest of the Electric Hedgehogs tagging along, like in Shadow the Hedgehog. I would be able to transform into Chris Chan's Sonichu in this game. Multi-console between PS3, PS2, Nintendo Wii. Off to a zappingly extreme great start. As rumored, there was, at the time when I updated this, Takashi Tezuka, Nintendo can correct me on this if I am mistaken or verify. He took it upon himself with the most appreciated inquiry of my approval as the original creator of Sonichu Rosechu and the world of Quickfill to create a Sonichu Rosechu video villager for Animal Crossing Save Folk. Now will be likely to be zipping along Sonichu Crossing and mind the traffic. As a fan of Animal Crossing since the GameCube title could have released as a US version of the Nintendo 64 title as well as the Animal Crossing movie, I often like to quote Blathers after going on with the expression, but I digress. So thank you all for teaching me that expression. Sonichu and Rosechu and Quickfill, Nintendo can and will be profiting big from my well-grown fan base as well as Sega and Sony. I personally give good word of mouth to Nintendo systems and games included in references in my comic book series. Sonichu and Rosechu on Animal Crossing Save Folk would be a great raise of sales of Wii consoles, Animal Crossing Save Folk game discs, and the Wii Speak. Also with me starring in the games as the voices of both myself and the original Sonichu and my sweetheart to be as the voice of Rosechu, that there will be 3 less voice actors to hire. This is a great start in profits from the Electric Hedgehog that started humbly from the mind of a well-rounded, church-going, high-functioning, autistic, recovered individual. Nintendo will see good profits in the time frame of the game's release. Sonichu, go! Thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to working with each of y'all in person very soon on the Sonichu project. Peace. My contact info. Thank you very much and have a safe day. Peace out.